You are very welcome to the ADHD Is Podcast. I am Linda Monaghan and I've been absent for a couple of weeks. And this is essentially what ADHD is. It is finding something that you're completely passionate about and then going all in, maybe getting a little burnt out. And then when you're not doing it, forgetting the reasons that you're completely passionate about and the feeling of joy that it brings you. And you cannot motivate yourself to do it unless you put yourself under serious pressure, and then that serious pressure leads to a feeling of maybe shame, maybe guilt, but it's an uneasy feeling which absolutely rips apart the joy, if that makes sense. And I don't mean to detract from what I'm doing whatsoever, because I really do love speaking about ADHD. I love helping my clients that have ADHD. I actually love helping my creative clients who maybe don't have ADHD but maybe are neurodivergent in another way, because I have that coaching as well. But I love showing them that there's another way to do it, that the neurotypical way that society has given us and blanketed us with is not necessarily the way that you have to go. There's so many different ways that you can tackle something, that you can approach something. And I'm a firm believer that we have peaks and troughs in life where getting up at 5 or 6 a.m. really works for us. But also getting up at 10 a.m. may work for us as well. Starting, replying to emails at 7 a.m. or maybe not starting till 2 p.m. to reply to emails. Whatever works for you at the time is what works for you, because I really firmly think that routine is the perfect thing for ADHD, but I think we are bored to tears by routine as well. So we have to create a routine that suits us, but actually it might not be a daily routine, it might not be a weekly routine. And that goes against everything that we've learned in society, because we really should get up and look after ourselves and provide for our families and be the perfect mom, and we just sometimes don't have that space and capacity in our brains to do that. And that's really sad. I actually did a post recently, and I'm working on something at the moment, but I talked about having a joy list. I forget what brings me joy. I think that's one of the saddest parts of ADHD. I forget what brings me joy. I try to remain so present, because one of the things with ADHD is that you're always looking for the fix, and you're always looking for, my life will be better next week, or my life will be better when I get this done, or my life will be better, when actually what I've learned is that if I live in the present and live in the now, I'm so much happier. But I also have to remind me of what makes me happy. I don't know if that resonates with anybody. I literally have a joy list to remind me that, I like to go to concerts. I like table quizzes. I love to listen to music. I like having saunas with my friends and cold dips. I like brunch with my friends. I like to go out for drinks with my friends, even though I don't drink and don't really get invited anymore because everybody thinks I'm boring. I'm not going to talk about either, either. So episode back was really to, I suppose, demonstrate and talk about the fact that ADHD comes with a lot of expectation about what life could be, and in actual fact we never attain that life, because we could help a client, or we could write a book and we could hit the #1 bestseller list, or we could help clients and they could hit the #1 bestseller list, and we feel it for a fleeting moment and then it's gone. And I always, there was an entrepreneur who said, bottle that feeling and think about that feeling when you're looking for motivation, or you're looking. A lot of us don't have that. A lot of us ADHDers do not have that capacity to bottle that feeling, because it can be a very meh life. And that sounds so boring, and it's not that it's boring. It's because when we are in company, and when we are, we are living our best lives, and we are showing our authentic selves, and we are so excited. But when we remove ourselves from that company, whether it's like life social, or whether it's networking for your business, the come down is really, really hard. Like the hangover is really, really hard. I remember actually Amanda Delaney, she's a coach, and she coined that phrase for me. I don't know if it was there before, but she brought that to life for me, the hangover after the event, because I've had many of those hangovers, and it's like the anticlimax of actually doing the thing and it's so disappointing to have that, because you've just achieved this amazing thing, and then you're like, oh, that's over, that's done. So I suppose for me, how I move beyond and get out of this, I suppose there is a rut, and I let myself feel all the feelings. I let myself experience the down. There's no toxic positivity here, but I know that I do have the capabilities of pulling myself out of this, and I do have the capabilities that I want a freer life. I want to be financially free. I want my family to be financially free. So that is the spur on. And the fact is that it's like when you go for a walk, sometimes you don't have that motivation to go for the walk, but actually you're always going to enjoy the walk. So when you do the thing, once it's joyful, you're always going to do the thing. You're always going to want to do the thing. And, one of my key parts of, I have the ADHD work-life balance playbook, and it's kind of like a blueprint. And one of the things I have in it is a do or delegate piece. So do you do it in life or in business, or do you delegate it? So whether it's, do you delegate the cleaning in your house to somebody in the house, or do you pay somebody to come in and do it? Or, if social media isn't your forte, do you do it, or do you delegate it and remove yourself from social media completely and give it to somebody else to manage? And you have so much more time then to look at the things that are important to you and your business. So doing and delegating can really, open your mind to other joyful things. So if it's not bringing you joy in your business and it's taking so long, do you just delegate it out of your business? And I know that costs money, but sometimes that cost outweighs the emotional and the mental cost. Anyway, I'm going to leave there for the first episode back. I have a little card here. Believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. Sometimes I need to remind myself that I believe in myself, but I do believe in you. I believe in everybody that listens to this podcast. I believe the people that follow me on social media. Like, we're here to help other people. We're here to do our best. Plain and simple. Thank you so much for listening to the ADHD Is Podcast. I'll chat to you soon. Bye.